Hey guys, and welcome to Nomadic Dmitry channel. So today I'm still exploring the small towns of America, especially in the state of Wyoming, which I really like. And as you can see, like open roads, no problems, no people actually, but it's fun. I mean, so cool to just explore the nature, historical sites, like mountains and all that. But today the topic of our video is installing Mac OS Leopard on your M1 Mac. You would probably want to know, like, why exactly I would trying to run Mac OS Leopard on the M1 Mac. And it's simple. You see, well, we will need to emulate something, right? And if we emulate Intel processor architecture, it's gonna be slower. It's gonna be slower because of the architecture kind of difference. But PowerPC and ARM should be more or less similar. Well, not exactly similar, but it should be, the speed difference should be not that huge. So I think the translation layer will be working more properly, I would say, faster. Well, but this is my theory. So let's actually go ahead and check this out. All right, let's go. Guys, in my case, I'm using the M1 MacBook Air with 8 GB of RAM, and I think it should be plenty for the Mac OS Leopard. It should work just fine. So let's launch the UTM, the environment I was using in the previous videos as well, to run virtual machines, and it can run like PowerPC, Intel, ARM, or any type of virtual machine. So basically this is a good solution. Let's try that. Create a new virtual machine. Let's name it Mac OS Leopard. Operating system is icon, system. Okay, we need the PowerPC right here, PowerPC, and then let's pick up this one, Mac 99 based Power Mac. Memory, let's pick 2 GB of RAM, sounds about right for the Leopard. Okay, here we do not change anything. Drives, okay, so new drive, and let's create a hard drive. This one will be 25 GB, sounds about right for a Leopard. Create interface IDE. It's better to select IDE just for compatibility's sake. It's better to stick with IDE for PowerPC emulation kind of tools. Let's see. Alright, so new drive. This one will be a CD, so that's why we pick removable. Create. And we should have this one, the first one, basically in the sequence right here, because it should boot up from the CD first. Next. Display, we just leave VGA. Input, nothing we need to change. Network, sounds about right. Sound, let's actually enable sound, and let's pick AC97, which is already selected by default. Sharing, clipboard sharing, I think it's not gonna work anyway, so let's basically deselect it. I don't see any point in that because it needs the tools, specific tools installed in the virtual machine, and I'm not sure the it's even compatible with Leopard. Alright, so this one, let's try that. So let's go ahead and start it. Okay, the max CPU supported by machine Mac 99 is 1. Okay, we have a problem here. We forgot to pick up something here. I think we need to go to advanced settings, CPU cores, let's pick 1. Now it should work, let's see. Alright, so now we need to select the drive we want to boot from. Alright, so let's pick up here the change. Now we need to select the drive we want to boot from. Let's boot up from this one. Okay, so it's trying to boot from. Let's see how it works. It showed some exception there, but I think it's still loading, guys. Alright, guys, so Leopard is loading right now. The installation program is loading. Let's see how it works. Firewall actually got the network request from this virtual machine, which means network, guys, is probably working, which is good. So let's allow. Alright, guys, for some reason I don't see it working. I'm gonna restart it if it helps in any way. Let's see. Oh my gosh, UTM keeps crashing. I don't know why UTM is so glitchy, guys, because it's supposed to be working just fine, because it's based on QEMU emulation layer, so I suppose it should work fine, but you see. Alright, guys, now we actually load it. Yeah! Let's see how it works. Prepare installation. I mean, it's been a while that I saw this Aqua interface actually, guys. Like Aqua interface from 2006, 2007. It was pretty cool. Let's see. Continue. Alright, agree. Where do you want to install the Mac OS? Okay, as usual, we just need to create the partition. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, 25 GB disk, the one that we created already. Let's see. Partition, one partition I guess will be fine. Mac OS. Ah, well, we have an option to install Mac OS disk drivers here. I guess not, we don't need those. It's purely just Mac OS 10 Leopard. Now we have a destination where to install to. It's just gonna take 6.5 GB of space. So what kind of options do we have? Install Mac OS 10, erase and install. Completely erases destination volume, and then installs a new copy. Well, it's pretty much the same thing. Install. Alright guys, it's checking installation DVD. Let's see. Yeah, back in those days, people actually installed stuff from DVDs, and I actually like that. You can just like plug the DVD in your computer and install it and just like store it somewhere. You don't need to use all these flash drives and all that. I love it. Okay, install failed. Okay, what? Restart. Why it failed? Alright guys, so for some reason the installation just fails. I tried 2 times. First time it complained about Safari. The second time it complains about I cannot make it start up from the volume Mac OS. I don't know why, so I've been trying back and forth. Seems like it just doesn't boot. But at least I got to installer and I need to debug from that stage. I don't know guys, so this is how it is. I wish I could give you better results today, but this is how it is. So thank you for watching, please subscribe for my channel, there'll be more videos, and I'll try to debug this problem to eventually install this one on my M1 Mac. So yeah, seems like it should work. It's probably the installer is broken, most likely my installer just broken or something like that. Alright guys, and thank you.